I love talking about all things simplifying, and so today I'm sharing 10 simple habits that make life easier. These tiny, simple shifts are things that I have integrated and tested in my own life, and it's helped me reduce decision fatigue, create more pockets of space in my day, and they just make so much sense, so why wouldn't I do them? Alright, shall we dive right in? The first habit is writing out my next day's to-do list. Before I end each workday, I take a few minutes to jot down my last thoughts so that I know exactly where to pick back up the next day. I take advantage of still being in that workflow state of mind so that it makes the start of my next day easier. Planning ahead is truly key to saving time and energy. While we're on the topic of writing things down, I'm going to make this point number 2. Write everything down. As women, we already carry so much emotional labor in our daily lives. Let's reduce this. Writing things down frees up brain power, and then you don't have to worry about whether you're forgetting something. Any obligation or promise I make to myself or to someone else is written down. Your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. Habit number 3 is super tangible. Create a transition bin for your clothes that aren't dirty but aren't clean enough to go back in your closet. Y'all know I love a good old bin organization. If you find that you keep piling your non-clean, non-dirty clothes on a chair or on the floor, get yourself a cute bin or basket and set it in there instead. Habit number 4 is setting out my workout clothes the night before, and you can apply this to work clothes as well. When I go to set my alarm for the next day, that is my cue to also set out my workout clothes. This is called habit stacking, taking an existing habit like setting your alarm and attaching it to a new habit like picking out your clothes, so that it's an easier way to remember. The more I can prep these things the night before, the less I'll be scrambling in the morning. On the topic of scrambling, this brings up habit number 5, schedule in buffer time. Most tasks end up taking longer than we think, so when I go to schedule something, I usually tack on an extra 30 minutes or so to expect the unexpected. It's no fun when meetings run over and you find yourself in back-to-back calls without having a chance to grab water or go to the bathroom. Give yourself a buffer, and if you end up not needing the buffer, then cool, you get a little extra space to breathe. The 6th thing I do that makes life so much easier is getting into the habit of daily tidy-ups. I found that short and tiny daily pickups are way more my style than waiting for things to build up, especially since my job requires me to film and create content at home. I have a daily tidy-up checklist that I keep in Notion, so that way my husband and I are on the same page as to what is expected each morning before work starts. I personally like to make a game of it and clean as fast as I can, and I have a hard time believing I'm the only one who does this, so let me know in the comments if you also like to turn cleaning into a game. My husband doesn't find this very amusing, but hey, whatever gets the job done, right? Habit number 7 is Branch Basics, y'all. They are an Austin-based, female-owned company that I've been using for years. I use this one concentrate for almost every cleaning need. If you're trying to reduce clutter, then choosing an all-purpose concentrate is the way to go. The ingredients are effective for cleaning surfaces from my countertops to my car, and safe enough for washing things like my produce, deterring pests on my plants, all the way to shampooing my dog. The 8th habit is planning my workouts ahead of time. I'm not naturally motivated to work out, so I have to set myself up so that it's easy for me to say yes and show up and prioritize my self-care. Usually on Sunday nights, I go through and pick out what videos I'm going to do throughout the week. If it's something on YouTube, I grab the link and add it to my calendar so that I don't have to waste time looking for it later. I put in a little upfront work so that it's easy for me to choose myself, show up for the class, and get it done. Since we're talking about workouts, the 9th habit is multitasking my workouts. Probably the only kind of multitasking I'm actually a fan of. Working out at home, especially cardio, can feel really repetitive, so I like to occasionally pair my workouts with a podcast or an audiobook to keep things interesting. I get to fuel my brain while moving my body. I also like to run with my dog so that we both get our energy out. And on special days, I'll even watch a Korean drama while I work out. Gotta do what you gotta do to keep moving. The 10th and final simple habit that makes life easier is meal planning. We keep it pretty fluid and simple by just knowing what our food anchors are. We'll make a bunch of rice or rice noodles and mix and match it with pasture-raised chicken or another protein. We repurpose that for different meals like salad, stir fry, pad thai, rice soup, and that way we keep things interesting and not boring. I also recently started getting into daily harvest for the days I'm short on time and don't want to cook or clean. In general, most of our ingredients get delivered these days, like our meat and produce from Farmhouse Delivery, which supports local farms, and we've actually saved money because we only get what we need rather than going to the grocery store every week and stumbling upon unnecessary snacks. You know how it is. There you have it. Those are my 10 simple habits to make life easier. I hope that you're able to implement some of these tips to make your life easier. Let me know in the comments what you think, what sticks, what works, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.